Good evening, Facebook, YouTube. This your boy, Terry the Teddy Bear Trucker, signing on to give you my 1 month update as an over-the-road Schneider driver. It's actually a little after midnight on March 26th, so yesterday, March 25th, I made a full month since getting my first load as a solo over-the-road driver. So I wanted to give you an update. Talk about the month. It's been a wild ride, but I'm enjoying it. Wouldn't change a minute of it for the world. I'm not sure when this video is actually going to get uploaded. I'm actually a couple videos behind on YouTube because you have to have a decent Wi-Fi connection for the videos to update. So I'm not sure when you guys will actually see this video. But today is March 26th. It's almost 12:30 in the morning. I'm currently at the Edwardsville, Illinois OC, or terminal as it's commonly called. There's not much here. They have a driver's lounge, the showers. Don't think there's a driver services desk here. So who knows? Maybe there'll be some more services in the morning. They do have a maintenance shop, so I'm gonna stop by there before I deliver this load I'm carrying uh, in the afternoon. So here it is, 1 month. In that month, I have driven a grand total of 8,159 miles. Now, I say driven because I've actually driven more than that, but as with most trucking companies, they pay you according to, I believe, the Rand McNally Household Movers Guide. So my total dispatched miles, I should say, for the month from February 25th till yesterday, March 25th, was 8,159 miles, which is an average of 2,039 miles a week, give or take. Which is still not quite where I want to be, but it is within the mileage that Schneider told me I will be getting. They told me the average of solo drivers here out of the Carlisle OC, which is where I'm based out of, average 2,000 to 2,500 miles a week. My goal is still to hit 3,000 miles a week. But I doubt I'm going to be able to do that considering that the truck is governed at 60 miles an hour. So the most that I can drive in one day, given an 11-hour per day drive, would be 660 miles. I have not even come close to that yet. I'm averaging right now, I'd say, between 300 and 450 miles a day, just based on the amount of time it takes to, with the live loads anyway, in order to live load and unload. And also, I think that is based on the routing. I believe Schneider, in an effort to save as much money as possible, tends to route us more on U.S. highways and state routes, and as opposed to the interstates. Sometimes it works out to where the state routes are pretty decent, but there are other times where it is stop and go at red lights, constant speed changes. So that slows us down, well, slows me down quite a bit. I would prefer to stick to the interstates as much as possible. And actually, recently, I have opted to take the interstates as opposed to the routing that Schneider gives me if it's not too far out of the way. Meaning, if the difference between the routing that Schneider gives me and the routing that I run in the interstates is about less than, let's say, 30 to 45 miles, I'll run the interstate. And maybe I'll get paid for it, maybe I won't, all of those out of route miles. But if it's a smoother ride for me, I prefer to do it that way. which is what I've been doing on the last few loads. So back to what I was saying. So I was dispatched a total of 8,159 miles. That's an average of 2,039 miles per week. My total gross from February 25th to March 25th was about $2,937. So after taxes, my net for that same time period was $1,802 and change. That's after taxes, deductions, exception pay, any charges or reimbursements that I had occurred. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's not much. But here is the kicker. For all of you military veterans out there that want to come on board with Schneider, I recommend you sign up for the military apprenticeship program. Because what that has allowed me to do is use my military education benefits in their apprenticeship program, which gives me an additional check just for doing my job on a monthly basis. So, with that, my net pay from Schneider was $1,802. However, I received an additional $1,520 from the government just for doing my job because of that military apprenticeship benefit. So my total net take-home cash in hand for the month period between February 25th and March 25th was a grand total of $3,322.26. Yes. That's take home pay, baby. Now, considering that, I would have to say that in this month, I have made more than I did working in my previous job as a Department of Veterans Affairs motor vehicle operator, bus driver. I made more in that month than I did working at the VA prior to our pay cuts, which caused me to make the decision to come back to trucking to begin with. So I can say I'm doing fairly well. Made more, enjoying the job a lot more. It's like total freedom out here. I'm at total peace when I'm out here on these roads, depending on the weather, which has been really crazy lately. I tell you, it is possible to see every season in one day when you're out here on these roads. Last night I was up in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, and the ride was smooth as can be up until I got to Fond du Lac, which I seemed to drive straight into a winter storm. Wind speeds gusting had to have been 30 to 45 miles per hour wind gusts. I was fully loaded with a 45,500 pound load, and I was still fishtailing in the wind. It was that bad. But made it there, and actually I was delivering a load that yesterday evening, and when I got there, believe it or not, I was just about to get unloaded, pulling up to the loading bay, and the customers asked me to slide my tandems of my trailer to the rear, which helps, I guess, makes it easier for them to unload and load the trailer. So I said, sure, no problem. But guess what happened? As soon as I went to slide those tandems, I pulled the tandem release level, and my curbside or driver side tandem release pins wouldn't disengage. Driver side slid no problem, but the tandem pins were locked in place, and I could not move my tandems to the rear. So for about 45 minutes, I'm fighting with this trailer, banging it with a hammer, banging it with a rubber mallet, rocking and rolling the trailer truck, trying to get these tandems to slide. And I called SEM, which is Schneider's emergency maintenance, and I was on hold forever because after 5 o'clock it's mostly support shift, skeleton crew. So I finally gave up, and you sent a message on my Qualcomm for letting them know what the problem was. I waited for about 10 more minutes, and then I got back to rocking. I rocked and rolled that truck And lo and behold, those pins came free. I was able to slide my tandems to the rear and get unloaded. I think the main problem was the weather had froze the pins in place. On top of that, there was snow on the ground, and I wasn't getting any traction to keep my trailer in place to get my tandem slid. So I think those two things in conjunction messed me up. But I was able to, get them undone and get unloaded, and everything was gravy after that. Shut down for the night and continued in the morning, and now I'm here in Edwardsville on another load, waiting to get delivered tomorrow afternoon. So, Facebook, YouTube, once again, this is Terry the Teddy Bear Trucker signing off.